This is old school movements. We're here again to talk about the 80s, to waffle on about our favourite pastimes, which is the land of yesteryear. I'm Mr. Lucas.
I'm Chris.
I'm Stacks.
And thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks to all the shows that you've been listening to of ours so far. Thanks for your wonderful comments. And going back to our last podcast, technology one, we had a couple of comments. People mentioning we didn't talk about watches too much.
Yeah.
So
we try to keep it to them four, but you know, there is. We could do a whole podcast on 80s watches.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
So many different.
I mean,
digital watches kicked off, didn't they? In the 80s?
Calculator watch,
the ones that you could operate your remote control. That TV, remember TV remote control watches?
Yeah, the Transformer watch turned to a robot. It took it off.
That was bad.
Yeah, the James Bond,
the Star Wars
theme tune watches.
Classic watches.
Yeah, or the massive swatch ones you put on your wall.
Yeah, pop swatch you could pop off your wrist and wear on your clothes.
I always wanted a Swatch watch.
I had a Swatch watch.
Never got one.
Swatch watch. I think I had one.
Yeah, elasticated strap one. You could pop it out and wear it.
Not a pop swatch one. I had the
one.
black one with multicoloured face.
Yeah, I think I remember that actually.
Yeah.
Black plastic strap. Yeah, I do remember it. I remember that.
Yeah. Swatch watches. So we just, extended the technology one of this one. So you get.
That's little part two.
You get one and a bit for the price of one. Yeah, that sounds like an advert, doesn't it? And that's a good roll into what this podcast is. So, when I was little, I used to pretend I could do magic, and I was a commercial psychic. And I always used to say to my parents, like, I'd be watching Minder or the Sweeney or something. I go, adverts coming on in a minute, and I walk out rooms, go to the toilet. Go, you know, it's advert, and then advert will come on.
I know you're
and it'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
I was still all the time. Minders on.
Yeah.
Adverts coming on in a minute.
How'd you know that?
How'd you know that? It's that little circle in the top right-hand corner.
Square,
Yeah.
Little black and
Yeah,
white.
it used to appear.
square.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, look up, and I go, okay, it's adverts
coming on in a minute.
Adverts are coming
I
on.
gotta make the tea.
Yeah. Did anyone else do that? Were you commercial psychics?
Yeah.
Seeing into the commercial future.
Commercial psychic.
But yeah, so that is our podcast today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about our favourite adverts. And there were so many adverts in the 80s. We're not going to go through every one of them. But we're just going to just go through the ones that we remembered and the ones that we liked. The one that we saw often. Like they even bounced into the 90s with newer versions or rehashed the same old ones.
Some still could be going today.
Some still go today.
Could be.
But some are so embedded in our childhood.
The catchiness of the song, or the character in it, or the way, what.
But even back in the day when it was just, because remember, just one channel had commercials, just ITV.
Yeah.
The other two didn't have commercials. So the amount of adverts we saw, do you know what I mean? It was amazing. Then you had Channel 4. So for the whole of the 80s, you're just watching two channels that had adverts. Now, how many channels we got now? We don't even know.
There's
Every
adverts
channel,
every bloody minute.
adverts
There seems to be
everywhere.
adverts on every 15 minutes or all the time now, whereas it wasn't as many
It
back
didn't
in
seem
the day.
like that.
And
But they were very memorable.
Yeah, they were memorable. As
Yeah.
I say, nowadays you don't nowadays you switch over when adverts come on, but especially on satellite channels, all the adverts are timed at the same time. So if you're ever switching through adverts, you're not actually watching them. Like you catch bits, but back in our days, like the adverts were like an event themselves.
Yeah.
Some of them were good, or they were a story that followed on.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you wanted
They were
to watch
soap
the
opera in
advert.
themselves, weren't they?
Yeah. They were little stories on
No,
their own.
exactly. So let's get into it, and let's start with breakfast time. As we know,
You start in the morning.
Yeah, you always start.
Always start in the morning.
Start in the morning.
Before you go to school.
Have your cereal. We spoke about being cereal guys before, haven't we? Like on our food podcast.
We've done a food
so.
podcast
Talked
where
about
we dipped into cereals.
cereals and stuff.
My love a start.
Yes, your love will start.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. But the adverts more made me want to have the cereal.
Yeah.
Because that's the advert's job.
Yeah, that was a job. Yeah.
But
they worked,
but
a lot of them.
I see Alpen adverts, and Mum said we're not getting that. It's not happening. Alpen is like top of the range cereal. That ain't happening in that.
Top of the range cereal.
That ain't happening. You're not gonna eat it. You're just excited because it's got raisins in it.
Exactly.
It's not happening.
It's got mountains on the advert.
Yeah.
Someone's skiing
You know
or
what I
something.
mean? So that's
Staying
not
in the
happening.
chalet.
But I never ate bran flakes.
No.
Never was a fan of bran flakes. But they probably had one of the best adverts.
They're
the
a
best
wicked
songs.
advert. I like bran
And I don't
flakes.
even know if they were tasty, very tasty. Were they very tasty?
They were
Well, you know
tasty.
what?
I don't think when you were a kid,
when I was a
but-
kid, I didn't like
No,
bran
but
flakes, but
nowadays,
now
they're good, isn't it? Yeah, nowadays they're good. Yeah, but yeah,
So they
as a
were
kid,
right
yeah.
back in the day when they
Now
said, tasty, very tasty.
I can see why it was the adults saying that in the
Yeah.
advert. I'm sure it was 2 adults singing,
It
wasn't
was,
it?
yeah,
And some
this
kids
wasn't a
playing
kids
about or
advert.
something.
Yeah,
or-
kids never, yeah, it's true.
So, yeah, so they're tasty for adults, but
Adults.
for kids,
Kids
not so
ain't feeling
tasty.
it at all.
So you eat bran flakes now?
Yeah.
Can you
You?
remember any advert? Can you? Do you like a? I can't remember the words though.
Bran flakes.
Yeah, the bran flakes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but no, never had bran flakes. Never had shreddies. I wasn't a
Shreddies. Yeah, I had
shredded wheat
shreddies.
person. Not shreddies, shredded wheat.
Shredded
Yeah, no,
wheat.
shredded wheat
right,
was
yeah.
nice
Shredded
as
was
well.
good.
But
You
now
have to
you
have
get
some
mini
sugar with it,
shredded
though.
wheats and
Yeah,
stuff and stuff.
yeah.
But back in the day, it was those
The big pillows.
big
The
pillows
big pillow-looking
of
ones.
wheat, and you had to
And there was
be
a maximum that people
exactly
were going to, weren't they?
There was a maximum. Could you eat 3 shredded wheat?
They worked on that catchphrase
That
and
was
that
the
line, with that
catchphrase,
advertising
yeah.
slogan.
That was like, and
Then you
that
eat
was in
3.
like everyday talk.
Yeah.
Like if you lifted 3 boxes
Yeah, yeah. I
in
bet
class,
he don't eat.
Yeah,
I bet
yeah,
he
he's
don't
had
eat
a shredded
three
wheat this
shredded
morning,
yeah,
isn't he?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
free.
everyone used to
Yeah,
say
I've had
that.
your ready Brett glow, or
Yeah, yeah.
or you had 3 shredded wheat.
Yeah,
you know.
essential eating for kids or your free shredded wheat.
Yeah, so yeah, shredded wheat adverts. So
I can only remember the one.
the one,
And it's memorable because of a character from James Bond.
Exactly.
Do you remember it? You remember that one?
yeah. Jaws
Jaws
from
was in
James
it,
Bond.
yeah.
Richard Keel,
That's him.
who
That's
passed away a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah.
And
It was like an alfresco setting outside. Family eating. They spot him. I thought he was just eating 3 shredded wheat, but that wasn't
No.
how it went, was it? I
no,
thought
you
it
don't
was like
eat 3 shredded
yeah,
wheat.
I was thinking he could, but that was the point. He
That's-
couldn't.
Yeah, that's right. But he was eating the plate. He was eating the
The
fork.
cutlery.
Yeah, the
That's
cutlery, and the little
that's
boys
it.
looking at him.
That was the
And then
the
he ordered
Jaws connection.
his 2 shredded wheat.
Yeah.
But ate the spoon with the shredded wheat. I can't handle no shredded wheat, but I can eat cutlery.
Everything on the table. I love that just because he was in it, man.
Yeah.
That's the most memorable 3 shredded
No,
wheat
2 is
one.
enough or something. But no,
I wasn't that keen on them to try 3. I don't think.
No.
though. I could now and then
They're
manage
quite nice.
one.
You eat 3 shredded wheat.
When I was a kid, I used to eat shredded
You
wheat.
ate-
No,
you
no,
used to
no,
eat
no,
shredded
no,
wheat
no.
as a kid?
I never ate 3 shredded wheat. When
No
I
one
was a kid,
can.
I used to have
No
shredded
one
wheat.
can.
Just
for
one,
breakfast.
just one pillow.
1.5 to 2. But you got to layer it with sugar.
A lot of sugar, and wait for them to go soft a little bit.
A little bit,
Yeah.
and then it's nice.
Can you eat 3 shredded?
3 shredded wheat is tough.
It's still a challenge.
The advert
still
put
a
the challenge to you.
I'm surprised it hasn't come back on social media as one of these challenges.
Yeah,
like
this
free shredded
free
wheat
shredded
challenge.
wheat challenge.
We
you
should
know.
start it now.
But an advert that I did buy into their product was Tony the Tiger, man.
Oh, yeah.
Frosties.
They're
great.
Yeah,
And they were.
Like, Frosties was just like
Frosties.
They were great.
They were
They were great.
exactly. They
They
were
were great.
tasty.
Tony the Tiger sold it.
They were like
You
the
didn't
kids'
even need
version
milk.
of-
You could just eat them straight out of
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
box.
they were like
Yeah.
the kids' version of cornflakes. They were like cornflakes, but next level for kids because
Yeah.
they were covered in sugar. And I loved them because of Dougie Fresh. They were in the show, the Tony, the Tiger. There was reference to.
I saw a pretty girl and I sat beside her. Then she went, she was Tony the Tiger.
There was things like
Oh,
that.
yes.
There was references to the US market
Yes.
for Frosties. So
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
another
yeah.
thing that I thought, I like Frosties, man.
Yeah, that's more advertising from
Advertising.
Slick Rick. Slick Rick was
Yeah,
advertising
yeah.
Frosties.
Yeah, that's
In
it, man.
hip-hop.
And that got me into Ricicles as well back in the days. I like Ricicles, which were the Rice Krispie version of, remember the sugar-coated? And they were like Space Kid versions
Was
of...
there an advert for that?
Yeah, I think there was. They were little Space Kids.
I think
They were like the Rice Krispies kids. It would,
Snap.
Crackle and Pop, but I think they were like always in space version.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Ricicles.
I don't remember an advert for it, but I
thought
do
there
remember the
was.
Snack, Crackle and Pop adverts. But did they have a theme tune? Snack, Crackle and
I
Pop.
would have thought they would have. I can't even remember how they go.
So man, do you guys remember? Cocoa Pops had the Cocoa Pop Cocoa Pop, Cocoa Pop. It's like a little chocolate dog.
Cocoa Pop.
Yeah, Cocoa Pops.
The monkey guy.
So you had, my name's Coco, I'm a monkey like you. I lived in the jungle, not in the zoo. I lived on leaves when there wasn't any shops, but I'd rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pops. Did you know that stuff?
That is
No, I
good.
didn't
Yeah, that was
actually.
good.
That's
Right.
the
So
That was good.
you had Coco the monkey with his t-shirt and cap on, but before that it was an orangutan.
See, I don't remember that.
It does ring a
Orangutan
bell,
no
it does ring a
clothes,
bell,
and
yeah.
it'd be like Cocoa Pops, don't stop, bottle tops, Nick knock. not what you thought I said. Kellogg's Cocoa Pops. But maybe they called that to me. Chris, did you hide that from me? But you didn't listen to anything. Anyway, bottle tops, things that rhyme with Cocoa Pops.
I don't remember that
Don't
one
stop.
at all.
Bottle tops, Kellogg's Cocoa Pops.
Yes.
Kellogg's Cocoa Pops.
That does ring a bell.
That's
now.
how it ended.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember the character
Yeah, an orangutan.
I don't remember that.
before Coco.
So he didn't talk about turning the milk chocolatey.
Mm.
He didn't swing on trees. He didn't used to live on trees when there wasn't any shops.
No other characters that I can remember in it. And then later there became. I can't remember a crocodile. Wasn't there a crocodile?
There's a crocodile, yeah, the evil croc that tried.
Evil
to
croc. That's it. It's the evil croc.
Yeah. I had a bit of trouble with an evil croc, but I'd rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pops. Oh yeah. Yeah, because a lot of adverts were like there was a lot of cartoon characters on kitchen tables.
Yeah.
So you had the Weetabix crew running around the kitchen table. Okay, if you know what's good for you.
Break dancing Weetabix.
Yeah, going through all these stages with their braces and DMs on and that, and then you had Snap, Crackle and Pop sliding down the spoon and that and going into the bowl and Snap, Crackle and Popping. And then you had like the Tetley Tea Man who would walk around.
Tetley Tea Man, on your kitchen table.
On the kitchen table. And you had the McDougal men.
They'd make Sydney
the flour
guy.
Yes,
Wasn't there the Lurpak guy as well?
The Lurpak guy, the butter guy. He come out of a crumpet, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
And was playing a trumpet.
Spread onto a trumpet.
Trumpet.
Trumpet and trumpet. Poet and don't know it. It was the McDougal guy. Was that the flower guys that had the bowler hats?
Yeah.
It was them ones, the little three guys with the bowler hats and the apron.
Yeah. They were all walked around the kitchen tables, didn't they?
Yeah.
So a lot of these characters walked around kitchen tables. And
they ventured into the real world.
Yeah. But yeah, Honey Monster.
Honey Monster.
No, the cereal was good as well. Another one you could eat just out of the box. They were tasty.
But the thing about
they're probably a killer now. But
the thing about the adverts is that it was like they were in the same land as the Monster Munch characters. There's that kind of a person in a big puppet suit running around that'll freak you out if you really saw it. Do you know what I mean? Just some big monster.
It's like the big monsters in Fraggle Rock, isn't it?
Monster Munch and Sugar Puffs.
Yeah.
The Sugar Puffs, Honey Monster, and
I forgot about the Monster Munch.
They're kind of like big characters,
They're like the big characters in the Fraggle Rock out of the
Yeah.
garden.
They're
Big
freaky
freaky
characters in them
characters.
adverts, you know. Like Honey Monster, he was scary, you
Honey
know.
Monster was scary, and he had the guy out of. He was Eddie's sidekick, the human sidekick.
He's been Benny Hill.
Benny Hill bloke. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, the Benny Hill guy. But I liked him he was good in it. Like, he was funny in him. Something had happened to him, wouldn't he? He was almost like an emu character, like, a bit like something. He would cause something. Something would happen to him.
I think it was the Honey Monster's flatmate or something. You know,
Flatmate.
I'm sure they were flatmates.
I'll get the doorbell.
Hello. Yes, Honey Monster's here. Oh yes, you want to speak to the other guy in Benny Hill, Honey?
But no, I swear they were flatmates. Because I saw Honey Monster used to have pajamas.
His pajamas, and he did as well.
With
Stripy
baseball
pajamas, yeah.
Come
His
on,
baseball hat.
I understand Honey Monster, man.
Flatmates.
Yeah, I'm sure they were flatmates.
Something was going on there.
Let us know, guys. If you know, were they flatmates? I don't know what's going on, but he's hanging around with that dude. Yeah, so Weetabix, shredded wheats and that. So, like, look, there were so many, you know, they don't advertise alcoholic drinks on telly no more.
You don't see
But
many.
growing up in the 80s, like, beer adverts were flying everywhere.
Some of them were wicked.
And some of them were like continuous stories and stuff. But, you know.
Some were like how you wait now for a John Lewis Christmas every year, John Lewis Christmas advert. These were like the beer adverts that you would wait every month, maybe. Every few months there'd be a new episode of the beer adverts.
Yeah. Let's see what they conjure up this time.
Yeah.
And you know, where else we start with Carlin Black Label, man.
One of the
If you drank Carlin Black Label,
greats.
you could do a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know.
But he drinks Carlin Black Label.
But he drinks Carlin Black Label.
If you drank Carlin Black
Have
Label,
you ever had Carlin Black Label?
Must have.
I think so.
I've had Carlin.
Yeah, it's not great.
Carlin Black Label. Yeah, Carlin. Yeah.
It ain't great.
Yeah,
I have had one.
Is they still sell that? Is that
Yeah,
yeah.
it's still
Might have changed name a bit. I think it might be just called Carlin now. I don't know.
know.
I haven't seen it around for a while.
But yeah.
I ain't seen the Black
Betty
Label.
drinks Carlin.
Carlin
Betty
Black
drinks
Label.
Carlin Black Label. Their greatest one,
Yeah.
it's got to be probably the Dan Busters one. Do you remember the Dan Busters one?
Run me through that one again.
The two guys recreating the Dan busting bit from the war, and the German sees our bomber coming towards him, and they all got it lined up, and they start dropping the bouncing bombs, and he's like a goalie.
Yeah,
He comes down,
I remember
takes
that.
his top
Yeah.
off, and he saves about six bouncing bombs that come bouncing a lot.
Yes,
And then
yes.
straight away it goes back to the bomber, and he takes his mask off. Cool, I bet he drinks Carlin Black Label. One of those sort of ones.
Yes, that's right. And they
That
had
was a classic.
And they had one where they took the P out of the 501 advert, and the guy puts his jeans in the wash.
Yeah.
And said, I bet he drinks Carlin Black Label.
Yeah.
He goes, no, he
Nah.
doesn't. He didn't wash his underpants.
He don't take his
And they're
underpants
reading
off.
the
Yeah,
books,
they got their books
naked,
just like, yeah. That's a wicked
Carlin
one.
Black Label advert. There was so
And it's always
many.
them sort of same two
Same
guys,
two
wasn't it?
geezers,
Which
yeah.
they were in quite a few comedy
Yeah.
films in the
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
There was another classic which was the Squirrel. I think this might have been
Like
one
an
of the
assault
early
course
ones.
or the Mission
Sort-
Impossible
Yeah, Mission
thing.
Impossible.
Yeah.
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 I think that was before these characters came into it, and then I think there was one later where they must have dropped them two, and it was just a guy, I think on holiday on a balcony, and like, you can see everyone in the morning running, the Germans running for their sunbeds, and he
Yeah.
throws
Yes,
the England blanket, the England towel. And
Yeah.
it bounces like Dan Busters again across the pool, and like opens up across the sunbed, and the can rolls out.
Yeah, I think I
And,
remember
like,
that.
he's the first to get his sunbed, but
Yeah.
he's still in his
Yeah.
room, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I remember that one. Yeah. But yeah, so you had the Carlin Black Labels, you had the Hofmeister Follow the Bear. And that advert was nuts because
Hofmeister.
you're advertising alcohol, but it's attracting kids.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to watch those
Yeah.
adverts.
Yeah.
Shiny
Used to
jacket,
like
the hat,
yeah.
playing pool and that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You remember when the snooker ball kisses the other ball and it goes in the pocket? And it goes in the pocket.
Yeah. It's
That's
tipping on the edge.
yeah.
Knocks
So
him in.
So that
Follow the Bear adverts were
They
wicked.
were good,
yeah,
They were really,
but it
really
was for
good.
alcohol.
For a
But
kid,
as
they
a
were
kid, you
enjoyable
loved
to
them
watch.
adverts. You know, is those beers still around?
I think so.
Hofmeister.
I haven't seen them for
You
a
ever had a
while.
Hofmeister?
No, I'm thinking of Holston.
Yeah, no, I ain't
Hofmeister,
seen a
no, not
Hofmeister for a
Hofmeister.
while. Probably
Follow
rebranded.
the Bear. And then
Follow
you
the
had
Bear's
the
good.
the Heineken adverts. Now the classic one is the water in Majorca. That
That's a
tastes
wicked-
like
that's a wicked
oil.
one.
And everyone remembers that one.
Wicked one.
And it refreshes the parts other beers cannot
Can't
reach.
reach,
yeah.
That was their
That was
tagline,
hot, yeah.
right? And like so all these beer adverts were competing against each other. You had the Castlemaine Forex as well. When that came
Forex,
out,
Yeah.
good.
that had its
That had
jokes as
some
well.
wicked
Yeah.
ones.
You know, when they're going on a weekend trip, when they load the back of the truck with loads of cases of beer,
Yeah.
and they go, add some sherry for the ladies. They put 2 bottles.
Axle breaks.
Yeah.
Axel Waits. He goes, I think we ever did it with the
The
sherry.
That one's wicked.
Yeah, they had so many that continued.
They had Snowy. I can see the pub from here. The
Oh,
one, I think
yeah.
there's a horse that bucks and he flies off down a cliff. Oh, and you're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the pub from here. There was another one with a flying doctor. I don't know if you remember, they were in a car crash. in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I remember there's a phone 30 miles back there. Oh, I'll start walking. And he comes back with 4Xs and they crack
Yeah.
them open. Did you phone the flying doctor? Ah, I
Yeah,
knew there
yeah.
was something like that.
yeah. Yeah, I remember that one.
And there was another one I remember when they were driving over. Same, they've loaded the ute up with loads of cans of 4X, and they're driving across a little ravine, across a rickety wooden bridge. As they get in the middle, the back of the lorry goes through the bridge, and they're just tipping on, and one of their missuses is in the back, and she's like, "I think we need to lose some weight," and the driver turns to the passenger and says, "Good sport, your missus, isn't she?"
I remember that one actually.
That was another.
Yes.
They were wicked advert. I
Yes.
love the 4X
Right,
adverts.
all them beers advert. But there's another beer that we mentioned earlier on. We still don't know the name of it, but we know the song goes Ivan Skavinsky, Skavan, and the snake in the grass was a pain in the neck. And like, what was that beer?
What beer was that advertised?
I don't remember that at all.
I said Skoal, but I don't think
And
it was.
and there was
Skull.
lots of different
Yeah.
adverts for that beer.
It was Ivan's, Gavinsky's,
But yeah, I still love them. But it's just crazy, you know. Those adverts attracted kids, and they were for alcoholic drinks. That wouldn't happen today, because you don't even get advertisements.
And they had,
for-
they had Paul Hogan
Paul Hogan
doing
with
Foster's adverts.
Foster's, yeah, he done
And
a
at
lot
the
of Foster's
time, that
adverts.
was, Crocodile Dundee,
Dundee,
and
yeah.
everyone liked watching him. And yeah, them adverts were good. I can't really remember what they were. I think it was like they were like piss take adverts where I don't know. I remember there was one where he went like shooting, like clay pigeon shooting or something, but I can't remember what the punchline was. But it was always like, sort of, that's not how we do it back in Australia. Like, you lot are weird, sort of. That's how it seemed back then, but I can't really remember.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's just a run through some of the beer adverts.
But there was some good drink adverts, other drink adverts.
Yeah, like what alcoholic or?
But both. Do you remember Leonard Rossiter's? What he used to.
Did he do Martino Cinzano? He done
I
Cinzano.
only done both.
No, it's one of the two.
It's definitely Cinzano.
It's Cinzano because Martini was that's Martini.
Yeah, I thought he'd done both.
No,
yeah, but you're right.
It's just Cinzano, him and Joan Collins.
Joan Collins, yeah, they were some classic.
Yeah, again,
ones. I love them.
alcoholic adverts, but as kids found them funny.
Yeah, yeah, they were quite slapstick. Some of them, weren't they? Like tipping drinks over people and
over himself.
Over himself, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love them adverts. But you know, more child friendly are the soft drinks. Now, soft drink adverts.
Again, there was a lot of them.
There was a lot in the 80s. You don't really see adverts for soft drinks now.
No.
But
occasionally a Coke one.
Coke.
Or diet,
Coke,
mainly,
yeah.
I think mainly these days aimed at women, like diet drinks. You see a lot
it?
of diet Coke adverts, I think, but not so many normal full fat drink Coke, adverts.
My favourite advert for soft drink was Lilt pineapple and grapefruit drink, mate.
I can't remember what it looked like. I remember the song. Can't remember what it looked like.
It was just, mate, Lilt. Totally tropical taste.
You don't even see many Lilts these days.
Lilt,
I like their advert.
Lilt, and Our White's lemonade.
White's.
That's probably everybody's.
Yeah.
The
favourite.
guy creeping down the stairs.
Yeah.
Secret lemonade.
He was a secret lemonade drinker, and like that advert ran for years.
That was good.
I'm just trying to keep it up, but it's just one of those nights.
Oh wait.
You know, at the end, when his wife catches him, he goes, "Always lemonade." Mate, everybody loves Always
Everyone
lemonade.
loves it. I think everyone knew someone like that as well. He reminded me of a
But that's the
friend's
thing
dad.
about most of these adverts. They still didn't get you to. It still didn't make you want to buy it and drink it.
No, they were just fun.
Our White's lemonade was never in my house.
No,
But it used to be
I love that
at,
advert.
but it sometimes used to be at parties. You know, when your family hold a party, you might see
Yeah,
Our White's
you might
lemonade,
see-
like it's
yeah,
made an
yeah.
appearance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's not on the weekly shop.
It's not on a
Not
weekly shop. Just
not
wherever there's
at
a
all.
slide party
Yeah.
next to the Campari and, you know, it's serious. But yeah, Our White's lemonade, the Pepsi commercials, Michael J.
Pepsis were
Fox.
yeah, they were good. He was always trying to like impress a girl.
Press a
or
girl,
something,
she wants a
wasn't
can of Pepsi.
And then
He goes out the back window through
down
the
the
rain.
fire escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything to get a can of Pepsi. I used to like them adverts.
Yeah.
They were wicked. Pepsi had some good ones. They must have spent some big money on
Of
them.
course they did, man. Michael J. Fox, he
I
was
said,
prime
yeah.
then.
When
exactly.
Jacko was doing, what was he? Coke or Pepsi? He was Pepsi as well.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was Pepsi
He
as
done
well.
Pepsi
Yeah.
must have spent big on advertising back in them
So it
days.
was, man. We had old Daley Thompson with the Lucasade adverts.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember them, man.
Yeah, some good adverts.
For when
And
you're ill. They were, I think
and
they were
John
trying
Barnes.
John Barnes.
They were trying to change
It's
it.
your first fast.
They were trying to change the image of just having it when you're sick to these are sports drinks.
Sports
Have them more often.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the John Barnes.
Lucasade, that's science sport. Get your first fast. Oh, man. But come on, the advert that everybody talked about were in the 90s that crept up about, and they got banned, didn't they?
Oh,
For their abusive behaviours.
yeah.
And it was the Tango advert.
Insight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tango.
Tango man.
Get slapping
You've
around
been
the ears or
tango.
whatever
Yeah.
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Big fat orange man, or was that Belly's gonna get you as well? Was that
Oh
one?
yeah.
Was that? They
Was
done
that
one?
Tango?
I think that was
Belly's
them as
gonna
well.
get you, and like a big balloon
Yeah, that
belly.
sounds
coming.
familiar. Yeah.
Tango
That's
adverts were
some mad
crazy,
adverts.
and they
Mad.
did cause some, playground misbehaviours, wasn't it?
Yeah,
People were
yeah.
like,
Plenty.
Doing the tango
getting,
slap.
yeah, tango slap, getting their eardrums burst
get
and
the
stuff.
tango slap, man.
Man, that weren't the only orange drink though about at them days. But there was also Sunkissed.
Drink it in the sun.
I love Sunkissed.
Sunkissed is one.
Is it? As if it
Mate.
was straight off of Miami Vice
That's
or
all
something, wasn't it?
American. No,
Straight out of
Baywatch. It's
Baywatch, yeah,
Baywatch
it's
juice,
very
man.
Baywatch.
Baywatch juice.
So you can kiss the sun.
I drink Sunkiss and watch Baywatch.
Drink it in the
Oh,
sun.
come on, man. Yeah, they said it's Sunkiss, man. He's coming. You know what I mean? So,
A good fruity drink before that though. And I know we've mentioned it in a few things you don't see anymore is Quattro. I mentioned Quattro probably in a couple of podcasts, but remember that
Quattro's
advert.
amazing.
Quattro is wicked taste. I remember their catchline is "It's a miracle, but we've made it." Was like their catchline at the end of it?
I didn't remember that catch.
Yeah, it's a miracle, but we've made it. And it was a malfunctioning machine. Some guy like at work.
Yeah.
Some heavy industrial machine,
futuristic
Wild
machine. Boys Mad Max.
That's
looking environment.
And he sticks in like a Quattro credit card, and the machine goes all crazy, and smoke comes out, and out pops his can of Quattro.
But before that, there's a bit of scratching, like Quattro.
It's got a touch of Tron about it as well. No?
It has a bit.
It tried to be as futuristic as possible.
It was the 80s, neon lights had to be in there and stuff.
You know what I mean? But yeah, Quattro.
Quattro was big. I remember that advert.
I didn't need the advert. I would have still bought that Quattro.
Still bought it, yeah.
Still bought that Quattro.
Yeah. Do you ever remember Cresta Soda as well?
The bear?
The bear.
Yeah.
The bear. That was,
the
bear.
Cream soda and all that.
The advert always had that animated bear trying to look cool while sipping his Cresta Soda.
Yeah.
I remember Cresta, their catchline was "It's frothy." Rather than it being fizzy, it's frothy.
Oh.
And I remember the bear used to be like, "It's frothy, man." Was his tagline. Wasn't
Did he wear shades sometimes?
He always had the shades on. Always had it on. Came in 5 fruity flavours, and it was actually produced by Coca-Cola, and it was never sold. It never took off, as far as I know. It never took off anywhere else other than the UK. And when it was tried to be sold to the EU, they found out that. The acidity of the drink melted the aluminium cans that it came in. So that's why it was rebottled in glass and sold in the UK, and that was one of the ones you could get your 20p's back.
Yes.
I think the milkman used to sell it, as well as little local shops. But in the end, it got recalled. They had to dispose of it and treat it as though it was nuclear waste.
And we were drinking nuclear waste when we was little?
This is what I've read. I don't know. yeah. I like
It's a bit deep in it.
I
used to love that
the lime
drink.
one, the cherry. It was them ones in the bottles. It's like Cresta, man.
I freaked out now. I drink a lot of that.
Yeah, I heard it. It melted. It was melting the aluminium cans.
Wow.
Yeah, Cresta was good. And I'm sure it was one of the ones that, like I say, that the milkman used to bring round. He used to have the odd little fizzy pops on his.
Yeah.
When we used to get our milk delivered back in the day.
Yeah, that old Corona bottles. Yeah.
And going to milk. Do you remember any of the milk adverts? One of them is probably one of my favourite.
Milk.
Yeah. Do you remember
Milk has got
lot of bottled milk.
Yeah.
That was like a punk band. That was really weird, 'cause advertising milk, but it was a bizarre advert featuring a punk band singing about milk having a lot of bottle.
Yeah.
Cutting between ladies dancing in like latex spandex outfits and a couple of blokes riding bicycles about. Now advertising, it was really weird.
I just remember milk has got a lot of
bottle. Well, you must remember this one. This is one of the best ones. 2 little boys sitting there. One says to the other, "Ian Rush told me if I drink a glass of milk a day, I'll be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley." The other one says, "Accrington Stanley? Who are they?" Exactly. One of the classic adverts.
Yeah.
And I think before those, I remember didn't they have a thing where adverts where "Watch out, there's a Humphrey about"? Does that ring any bells to you?
No. What's a Humphrey?
I think it was a straw that drunk milk or something, or it was a bottle of milk, but it was their character. Humphrey was, I'm sure it had something to do with milk.
No.
And there was like an advertising campaign before those two adverts, I think. So this must have been, I'm thinking late 70s, early 80s, maybe 80, 81.
I don't remember that.
It was like, "Watch out, there's a Humphrey about."
Now, sticking with we go through all these drinks, we're talking about fizzy drinks and Pepsi and stuff, but they're all the sugary drinks. But what about when it's all clear and you want a sparkling Perrier? Now, do you remember the Perrier advert where it's like the same kind of like drawings? Like the Red Bull adverts, those kind of drawings.
Yeah.
And there's a guy. I swear he's in a desert. There's a mirage.
Yes.
And he walks up to the guy, and goes, "Perrier."
Not Perrier.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my! I used to love that advert.
I love
Perrier. Not Perrier.
No Perrier.
Yeah.
You remember that?
He's crawling through the desert, and he comes across like a oasis or a man standing there with his little stall.
Yeah.
Was,
What's the other advert you just mentioned, man?
Perrier, not Perrier.
The advert before?
Schweppes.
How did that one go?
I can't imagine.
Yeah, it was just a
Yeah.
That's all I can remember.
And also the 7-Up guy was that kind of drawing as well. Remember the 7-Up guy with the high top?
Yeah.
Fido or something?
Yeah.
He had a dog as well.
He had a name,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
So yeah, sticking with the drinks. So, talked about the alcoholic drinks, the fizzy soft drinks. We could have went through on Bongo, we could have went through Kiora and Moonshine, but we talked about them on our past
Brickfit
podcasts. And all
55.
that. Yeah, all those adverts. But let's get to the hot drinks, man. And as we said earlier, the Tetley tea bags, man. Tetley tea bags make tea, man.
Let the flavour.
Let the flavour flood out.
You remember people used to fart and say that in the 80s?
I mean,
Let the flavour
some still do.
flood out.
You still do.
Some people still do. I
You
still
talk
hear
about
that. No,
yourself.
not me, man. Other people of my
Let
generation.
the flavour flood out. So yeah, and again there was like the Black Label versus Heineken and Castlemaine Forex adverts to compete to be the wittiest ones.
It's a good competition.
That was the competition with tea bags. So you had the cartoon characters who walk around your kitchen tables with the PG chimps.
My favourites.
PG
My favourites.
chimps, man.
They were wicked. They were wicked. There was a whole little era around them days where they used to make chimpanzees do human things, innit? Dress them up and make them act out things, which is cruel, but you can see why that's not about now. But the PG tips, it's hard to say. PG tips chimps.
Yeah.
They were wicked.
Chimps.
They were wicked. Main one I can remember, my favourite one was the two removal men. That's father and son.
Piano.
The piano, yeah. Do you know the piano's on my foot? You hum it, son, and I'll play it.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That one was wicked.
I remember
one of my
that.
favourites.
I remember that. Do you remember the Thai Fu one? And it had like 3 donkeys on a beach, and the woman Sue Pollard is laying down, and the 2 donkeys.
Was that Sue Pollard?
Yeah, she's laying down, and there's 3, and there's like a.
Are they singing?
Yeah, they're singing, and like the dots going on the words.
Across the
lyrics
words,
of the song.
like early karaoke.
Yeah, and the donkeys are singing.
Yeah. Can't remember the
Thai
word.
Fu.
Was that you only get an ooh with Thai food?
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right.
You only get an ooh with Thai food.
Yes.
Yeah, singing donkeys, I do. And it was them beach donkeys, wasn't it? Them ones you used to get the rides on.
I vaguely remember it. I vaguely remember that.
I do remember that
you
one.
also had, again, the wars. Neff's Cafe Gold versus Maxwell House, man.
Yeah, I remember in the Nescafe.
I remember the Nescafe ads. That was a mini series in itself.
Yeah, that was a whole
series,
little affair thing going on. Or
Maxwell
dating.
House had some kind of adverts as well.
I can't remember the Maxwell House ones.
I know it sounds like some club night on a Saturday in Shoreditch,
Maxwell's house.
but but they had a series of adverts as well.
Mellow Birds. Coffee, the powder. It was a powder. I used to like it.
Mellow Birds.
Yeah, and they used to draw like a smiley face in the powder. They used to pop the lid in the advert, peel back the gold paper, and then there'd be like a smiley face drawn in the. It was a powdered coffee, Mellow Birds powder coffee. You still get it. It's still about.
Coming back to me, do you remember that advert for Lift tea?
Lift lemon tea.
Lift lemon tea.
Yeah, that
Lift
stuff was
me
good.
to the sky. Used to love Lift lemon tea.
I
Lift
forgot
me
the advert.
higher. Lift me to the sun. Aye, mate.
Lift was good.
And Ovaltine, here we seen her. Ovaltine, here we seen her.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. I remember Ovaltine, but I forgot that.
Remember the
advert.
adverts?
Yeah.
Ovaltine woman, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's
I
big.
forgot that. So yeah, hot drinks. Look, we could have went through loads more. You guys probably screaming at ones that we haven't mentioned.
Comment. Tell us.
Comment.
Tell us
Tell
the
us,
ones you
man.
remember.
Tell us, man. So guys, that was the end of part 1. Hope you'll stick around for part 2, which will be coming soon. Because we've got so many more adverts to go through. I hope you enjoyed the crazy ride back to the retro realms of the 80s with us. You know, getting into our minds and seeing what we saw, because you saw it too. So yeah, Mr. Lucas.
I'm Chris.
I'm Stacks.
And we out.
Peace.
Those were the days I remember.